That was a lot, was my first initial thought after seeing The Rise of Skywalker for the first time. The movie barely has any moments to breathe, moments for character reflection. The Rise of Skywalker, just like The Force Awakens, is a very energetic film, but not in the same way. The pacing of episode 9 felt off, and this is something I noticed immediately. Now in this video, I'm not going to talk about the story problems The Rise of Skywalker has. No, I'm going to leave that to all the other YouTubers out there, and trust me, there are plenty. No, I want to focus mainly on the screenwriting and especially the pacing problem the film has. Because to me, it feels like the filmmaker started shooting a script that was only at its first draft. And that's a problem. This video contains spoilers for Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. When I started out, I preferred to watch my films without music, as its presence tends to mask the underlying pace of the film. I felt I could feel the rhythm of the film better without the music to influence me. Paul Hirsch. This is a problem I think The Rise of Skywalker suffers greatly from. If you remove the amazing score by John Williams, you're left with a movie that has absolutely no rhythm. It's just stuff happening after even more stuff happening. The movie provides the audience with a lot of actions, but not much consequences. For example, the movie shows the audience that our protagonist Rey supposedly killed her good friend Chewbacca by accidentally making the transport ship that he was on explode. This is a moment that could have been great. This could have had a real impact on Rey's character. But, because the movie spends absolutely no time mourning Chewie's death, and Rey seems to have forgotten about it almost immediately as well, the moment just felt cheap. The movie wants us to mourn Chewie, but how could we, if even our protagonists, Chewie's friends, don't stop for a second to show any pain about the situation? And this is all made even worse when no longer than 3 minutes later it is revealed to the audience that Chewie was on another transport, so he didn't die. What was the point? To have Rey suffer a major loss caused by her own actions, which takes her character and the way she handles situations in a new interesting direction? No, because Rey forgets about it after about a minute and continues with her journey the same way as she has before. So, maybe the point was to have an emotional reaction from the audience, thinking that a beloved character had died. Perhaps, but that's completely undermined when it's almost immediately revealed that Chewie didn't actually die. It's stuff like this that in concept could have been very interesting, but fell short in the way it was executed. And that's where I come back to my statement I made earlier in the video. It feels like the filmmaker started shooting a script that was only at its first draft. And that's a problem. Let me explain. The main goal for the first draft of a screenplay is to get it all down on paper. The purpose of drafting is to get a story down in the most elementary, functional shape. Incidents of plots and characterization and the basic flow of your story are there. The second draft is where you start performing the delicate surgery of revision. The second draft may be thought of as an enhanced and more detailed copy of the first one, and its main purpose is to make sure you haven't missed anything crucial. In the second draft, you should be looking more closely at mechanical and stylistic issues, the length and structure of your sentences and paragraphs, your word choices, your voice and tone, and most importantly, to make sure that you've said everything you wanted to say in the most effective way possible. It's in this last sentence where I feel The Rise of Skywalker didn't do its job. As I said before, this is very noticeable in the Chewie quote-unquote dying scene. What is it that the writers wanted to say with this scene? The only thing I could come up with is that by having Rey shoot lightning out of her fingertips, it foreshadows the later reveal that she's a Palpatine. Which is dumb as shit, but I promised we weren't going to talk about that. But it's dumb nevertheless. Credits where credits due. The scene where Kylo Ren has a talk with Han Solo after he lost his battle with Rey is really well executed. I love how it mirrors the previous conversation the two had in The Force Awakens. We finally take a moment to breathe and have a real emotional character moment. That is a really good scene. And that's kind of the problem. It was the only good character scene in the entire movie, which actually had impact on the rest of the plot. We only get 2 other character moments like that. Poe talking to Zori Bliss on the rooftop, and Finn talking to Janna. Both of these scenes had absolutely no impact on the characters or the story and are therefore useless. And yeah, one could argue that Poe and the gang couldn't have left the planet without the blockade pass or whatever that Zori gave Poe in their scene, but that was dumb and unearned as well. Take that out of the movie and nothing changes. But then again, we weren't going to talk about story. But it's dumb nevertheless. In the end, I'm not saying that I really think the filmmaker shot the movie with a first draft of the script. I don't think they're that incompetent. J.J. Abrams is a talented writer and director, and for proof of that you have to look no further than The Force Awakens. Say about that movie all you want, but it has absolutely great pacing. Every scene serves a purpose and the movie was very successful in triggering all kinds of emotional reactions from the audience, me included. I think The Rise of Skywalker is just a clear case of wanting to stuff too much shit into a 2.5 hour film. And that's a shame. Hello guys, thank you for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts on The Rise of Skywalker in the comment section down below. I read all the comments. Also, if you'd like to see more of these type of videos, then you should hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. Thanks a lot, and see you next time.